The dream wasn't free. Someone had to pay for it. And long before the end, he knew exactly who that someone would be. This is not the story you learned in school. This is what happens before the speeches, before the applause, before history decides what to remember and what to bury. Dreams like this do not arrive softly. They arrive heavy, relentless, demanding, and they always come with a price that is impossible to calculate. Martin Luther King Jr. understood this. He felt it in his bones before anyone called him a leader. He carried it quietly, in spaces no one could see, in nights when the world was asleep and danger was closest. Fear was not abstract. It was physical, a pulse in his chest, a shadow at his door, a whisper that death might come at any moment. And yet, he went forward, not blindly, but knowingly. Every word he spoke, every step he took, every pause in his speeches was measured against the cost he already knew would come. Every move was a calculation, every smile a shield, every moment of strength demanded a private payment. Have you ever been required to be a symbol for millions while your own soul is collapsing? He did not only face hatred, he absorbed it. He carried it into his sleep, into his solitude, into private moments, because that is what the dream demanded. The higher he rose, the heavier the burden grew. The more the world celebrated him, the less it understood what he was truly carrying. He was watched constantly, not just by enemies, but by those who claimed to support him. Every speech was dissected, every pause misinterpreted, every misstep amplified. There was no room for weakness, no space for rest, no permission to be human. The dream did not forgive hesitation. The dream did not allow pause. And so, he paid the price in ways the world never saw, in ways the world never acknowledged. He was lonely among millions. He was exhausted among applause. He was fragile among faith. He carried a weight that cannot be described, only felt. He lived with the knowledge that every action had consequence, every word could cost lives, and that the end might come sooner than he wanted. And still, he walked forward. Why? Not because he was fearless. Fear was constant. Fear followed him everywhere. It sat beside him in cars, lingered outside hotel rooms, pressed against him in quiet moments when his mind had time to wander. Courage, in his case, was not absence of fear, but the conscious decision to continue anyway. He spoke of love, of peace, of justice, and in each moment he wove it through his own terror, exhaustion, and doubt. He smiled for the world while his body trembled privately. He prayed for a people he had never fully rested with. He carried wounds no one could see. Have you ever been required to give everything to others while knowing you have nothing left for yourself? That was his life. That was his daily existence. And he carried it willingly, knowing the dream could not live without him. Every victory was a shadow. Every public triumph increased the stakes. Every word of encouragement multiplied the danger. And still, he showed up. And still, he gave. And still, he carried. The dream was relentless. It demanded perfection in a world full of imperfection. It demanded hope in a world rife with despair. It demanded sacrifice that left him no room to falter, no room to heal. There were nights when sleep refused to come, nights when anxiety replayed threats, endings, fragility, impossibility, nights when the future was uncertain and the only certainty was that the dream would continue whether he could bear it or not. There is a loneliness that cannot be described. It is not the absence of people, it is the absence of understanding. He was surrounded by thousands who celebrated him, yet none could truly understand the cost he bore alone. He knew the danger. He knew the threats. He knew the history that waits for those who step too far ahead. And still, he walked. What does it mean to carry the weight of millions on shoulders that were already breaking? What does it take to continue when the world expects miracles and your body is screaming that you are human? He was a man who could not rest because the dream did not pause. It would not wait. It demanded motion, demanded action, demanded courage that could not falter. And so he rose, slowly, carefully, every moment a negotiation between hope and fear, every step a battle between self-preservation and duty. There were moments of despair, moments when the world seemed too heavy, moments when he may have questioned why anyone would ever ask a single man to bear so much. And yet, he carried on. The cost of the dream is invisible to those who benefit from it. Peace, equality, progress, hope. They are bright lights in the lives of millions. But the toll, the darkness, the exhaustion, the fear is rarely seen, rarely acknowledged, rarely spoken of. He experienced it daily, quietly, privately, without applause, without validation, without relief. Fear, anxiety, surveillance, threats, exhaustion, moral burden, responsibility for lives, responsibility for a movement, responsibility for history itself. And in every moment, he understood that stopping was impossible because the dream would not forgive hesitation. Every breath, every heartbeat, every public smile, every private worry, every sleepless night was a payment made silently, meticulously, consciously. The dream demanded everything, and he gave everything. But what does that mean for us? Do we honor the sacrifice, or do we merely celebrate the results? Do we recognize the human cost, or do we only remember the triumphs? How often do we demand hope without considering the price? The dream reshaped the world, but it also reshaped him, carving shadows into his mind, exhaustion into his bones, loneliness into his nights, doubt into his private hours. Even knowing this, he continued. Even knowing death might come, he spoke of life. Even knowing the bullet could arrive, he taught hope. Even knowing the burden was more than any one man should bear, he bore it alone. The dream wasn't free. It never has been. And we are still living in the world he paid for. Who among us is willing to carry even a fraction of that weight? Who among us could endure what he endured and keep moving forward? When we admire progress today, do we consider the hands that bled to create it? Do we understand the nights that never ended, the fear that never left, the loneliness that never softened? Martin Luther King Jr. did not carry the dream lightly. He did not live easily. He did not rest. He did not pause. He gave everything he had, and even that was never enough to stop the world from asking more. The dream demanded perfection in imperfection. Hope demanded sacrifice in a world full of injustice. Courage demanded movement in the presence of fear. Love demanded risk in a world that punishes it. And he accepted it all. Every day, every night, every second. The dream reshaped the world, but it reshaped him first. And maybe that is the lesson the world never learns, that every great change comes at the cost of human life, human body, human mind, human spirit. The dream wasn't free, it never will be. And every generation must decide who will pay for it next, and will we even notice?